The views and opinions of this broadcast are those of Colerain Game Day and do not necessarily reflect the views of Colerain football, Colerain High School, or the Northwest School District. Enjoy the game.
And welcome to 8801 Cheviot Road, Colerain High School. It's your Colerain Cardinals playing host to the Mason Comets. I am Brandon White alongside Brian White with your commentary with Mike Rourke on camera. This here on homecoming night. The Colerain Cardinals once again hosting the Mason Comets.
Yeah, Mason comes in here 3-2 in the league and 3-3 overall. And our Colerain still have not won a game, but this is going to be I don't expect an offensive juggernaut or a battle going on. Colerain only scoring 47 points on the year, but second worst in the league offense-wise is the Mason Comets, but good defenses both sides, so it's going to be teams that makes the least amount of mistakes and capitalizes on the other team's mistakes.
This is the Mason team that's only won games when they've got over 20 points. They haven't got much higher than 20 points in the game. I think the higher on the year is 24. So a team that struggles offensively, but maybe not as much as the Colerain Cardinals this year.
Well, yeah, I looked common opponents. The only two so far in the season they beat Oak Hill 24-14, and they beat Middletown 17-14. So that's a really only comparison. But that was before the Colerain starting quarterback made a change on there. And looking at their stats, I didn't get any film on them, but looking at their stats, they've used 3 different quarterbacks throughout the year. Lots of different stats, but still trying to find themselves. It's going to be a defensive struggle.
We do know that the Mason Comets won the toss and deferred their choice to the second half, Cardinals choosing to receive the opening kickoff.
Colerain hosting, going to be in the dark uniforms, all in black, white helmets, and the Mason Comets in their all white with green accents. So thanks to everybody who's tuning in from home. And remember, you can if you want to give a shout out or just say hi to someone, you can reach us here in the booth at radio@wearecolerain.com.
As always, thanks to one of those individuals, Lenny Lopez, listening in from Corona, California. You know, the one thing I've noticed the past couple years with Mason that I don't like, and I know it's not the flashiest, it's not the fanciest, I don't like that they went away from the Comet on the side of their helmet. The Comet logo, they went to this established 1962 on the side of the helmet. I don't like it. Put that Comet back on there. Anyways.
Usually it's me with the sentimental, back in my day.
This isn't even back in the day. This is like 3 years ago. Why Cameron Evans, Curtis Lofton, and Ryan O'Brien.
So no wind at all, and at this point this year, the sun is not going to affect them much. In about 10 minutes, it might affect this kick a little bit.
Evans will take it just short of his own goal line. Try to find some space. He comes right, comes back left. He's going to try to find the edge. He will not push that. A bounds right around the 20-yard line. We'll see by the angle he is out at
about the
18-yard line.
Yeah, he was looking to get the edge, but he's just you got to commit right away. He had a little bit of a wall in front of him. Mason Comets did a great job just stringing them out, staying in their lanes.
And one of those at some point you just got to – there's no more room to run outside. At some point you just got to take it up.
Kick returners just got to be a different breed. You don't worry about getting hit. You just got to take it and go all out, and you're either going to break it or you're going to get hit hard.
So 2 tight ends, shotgun look. Krieg and Danielson in at tight end. Williams in at running back. Billups takes the opening snap. He's going to take it, hand it off Williams. He's met immediately in the backfield. He breaks 1 tackle, breaks the second, can't break a third. He's going to lose about 2 yards.
Yeah, didn't see who got through initially on that, but he was whoever made that initial contact. I don't know if he read the snap, but he was untouched and almost got to the handoff before the running back did.
So 2nd and 12.
Lost 2 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 12. Ball on the 17.
Cardinals will spread it out, go trips to the right. Billups takes it and tries for the man in the flat. It's right there. Read by the Mason Comet. for an incomplete pass.
He was open for a split second there, but the pass was a little bit behind him, which allowed the defender to close down. He wouldn't have got a lot, but if that pass is online, he's got to pick up about 4 or 5 on that, but it'll be 3rd down and 12.
So, Billups takes the snap, looks to throw, steps up in the pocket, and intercepted. Mason going the other way. It's a race to the end zone, and he will get in. Touchdown, Mason.
He had a couple guys open, but Kyle Wilson, the senior from Mason, number 5, pretty much had a gift given to him.
It almost looked like he had 2 receivers open, and he threw to the defender in between them.
Yeah, he had the post open. There was a seam route there, and he, as you said, just kind of threw it in between the receivers. Only person there was the defender.
So Mason scores without an offensive possession. A little over a minute into this ball game. Max Gogel, I'm not sure of the pronunciation, back to kick. His extra point is up. And good in 1 minute and 2 seconds into this game off the pick 6. That's the Mason Comets 7, the Colerain Cardinals nothing.
Well, that's kind of the worst start that Colerain could have did. They're not going to play. They're not a team that has got to lie up scoreboard, so playing from behind to a team that likes to control the clock. They're going to need some type of defensive score of their own or a special team play to light the fire under this team.
So, we'll do it all again.
Seems like we're just here.
Kicking off for Mason, number 39, Max Gubel. Back to receive for Colerain, number 14.
Yeah, and you don't know if that's the
Number 21, Ryan
play like that. You blame the quarterback is always going to get the blame, but at the end of the day, you don't really know. Quarterback might have thrown it to the right guy, but someone ran the right spot or the right area in the wrong spot. Kick but taken by Lofton just short of the goal line. He's going to take it left, just similar to before. He's going to do the exact same thing as happened before he's brought down by Kai Woolfolk.
Yeah, Woolfolk, the leading tackler, middle linebacker on special teams, makes the play, and pretty much almost about a half yard farther than they made it last time. This could
No,
be
I think it's a half yard shorter.
And was it the 18? They're going to look like 18 and a half. 18 in the length of a football.
Yeah, right about the same spot. Give him 7 points in a little over a minute of clock. We go back to that 2 tight end look. Takes it, hands it off to Williams. He follows behind. Gets about 3 yards on the carry.
Just power football. Got a couple of the linebackers lined up back as the H-backs, and you just followed them through the hole.
Second out and 7. Ball on 21.
Officially 3 yards, make it 2nd and 7 for the Cardinals. They're on 21-yard line. Billups, quick hitch out. Hits Terrell Burton. He's going to have a chunk, but he's going to be just short of the first down.
Yeah, he needed the 28. He got to the 26.
And a half.
You got to throw that half on there.
26 in the nose of the football. So it's 3rd down and 2 for the Cardinals.
So a little bit more manageable 3rd down right here. See if Colerain goes back to the power run. This time they're going to spread it out 4 wide.
Trips to the right. Billups takes it. Straight handoff to Williams, and he is hit just past the line of scrimmage. Is going to pen on the spot. I think he's going to be
a yard
just short.
Yep. Yeah, it's Woolfolk again, number 1. Catches him right in the hole. Needed
And that's
Needed 2.5. He picked up 1.
No, give him more. He needed 2.5. He got 2. I think that's one of those. If he hits him in the hole and falls forward, it's a first down. But he hits him in the hole and doesn't fall forward, it's not a first down.
So Cooper Creek is going to come in to kick for the Colerain Cardinals.
Snap is back. Punt is low line drive. Fair caught by Javion Hendricks. Nope, that's 27.
Brandon Dunn.
Brandon Dunn. So Mason will get their first offensive possession starting at their own 39-yard line with 8:58 to play in the first quarter. And though that may be their first offensive possession, they already have 7 points on the board.
Oh, yeah.
Still not sure who will be the quarterback. It looks like 12 Quinn Brown will be the quarterback.
As I said, in the stats, they've got 3 guys that have seen significant playing time at quarterback.
Man in motion, jet sweep. Good contain initially. Corey, and it was 6.
Jaden Staley does a good job holding up the blocker there. He doesn't make the tackle, but he doesn't allow him to take the corner. But they are going to give him 2 yards on that carry.
Colin Billhorn with the carry for the Comets. Yeah, that's one of those. We don't know if there's injuries. I know one of the quarterbacks, I think, transferred into West, so he might have had to sit out the first couple weeks. I feel like I remember Quinn Brown as the guy who came in last year for Mason when the starter got hurt. We still don't see a handoff up the middle.
On the carry for the Comets.
Chase Blevins.
And they're going to give him about 3 on that play. He's going to make a 3rd down and 5.
3rd down and 5, ball on the 44.
Brown has attempted 26 passes on the year, just a 34% completion percentage.
Pistol formation, Brown hands it off to Blevins, and he is not really tackled, but just sort of cut under.
Yeah, Hayden Danielson just blows up the offensive lineman and creates a pile, and the running back just kind of tripped over the pile.
Wow. Colerain will go to their safety return. Looks like they only substituted 1 person to send back 1 returner. So
yeah, Cameron Evans is back, but you've got Quinn Brown, the quarterback, is still there. An interesting place in the field, just 4th down and 4 yards midfield. It might be too early for a fake.
Probably. Snap is back. Brown will just get it away. Evans will take it, look to make something out of it, and tripped up. Good tackle by 11, Steve McColmont. Stephen McColmont.
Easy for you to say.
You know, that kind of quick.
And this one, Colerain's going to start at the 17 this time. I'll tell you what, it was close, but Mason might have got away with a little bit of hold on that pressure right there. It looked like it had a chance of getting blocked, and he kind of got hooked.
You talked about the quarterback being the punter. As all we get here set. They'll bring out, not really too tight. It's that bunch tight to the left formation. Billups takes it. They're going to go quick, pitch it out to Tristan Cornish, and they just didn't get the block of the edge to make space for Cornish. He's going to pick up about a yard. I was going to say, I was trying to show my co-op at work that back in the day when they would fill Nippert and Paul Brown with just the difference between high school football 20 years ago.
Oh, yeah, we set the state record for a high school game of 47,000.
But anyways, that's not important.
I stumbled. Why bring it up?
Because I was getting to the point of as Billups takes it, snap is back, throw is out. Ryan O'Brien has it, pushing forward.
About a yard short.
Going to be about a yard short. But the quarterback being the punter reminded me of it, and I'd never seen it until I was trying to find a game to show him, and I stumbled across the 2002 Colerain Lebanon playoff game.
Okay.
Don't ask me how it popped up on my YouTube. Whatever, it did.
Well, the guys from Waycross just loaded a whole
Well,
bunch
it wasn't
of old
Waycross.
games.
It was
wasn't?
Lebanon's community.
Oh, okay. Oh,
But
those guys were bad on the mics. I watched that one. I know what you're talking about.
But anyways.
Oh, they're giving them a first down,
They
Brandon.
did give him the first down. Anyways, the quarterback punting, Lebanon did a quick kick punt on 3rd down.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
You used to see that was a trend for a while back, a field position getter.
until someone did showed the math, and you realize punting is something you should.
Yeah, now there's coaches that never punt.
Yeah. A little slow getting the play in. At 10 seconds on the clock, they still have plenty of time to get there.
A long time getting this chains moved.
Billups drops back. Under pressure, steps up, throws, and that was picked.
Picked off.
I didn't see the ball. I thought he was just kind of throwing it. Where'd that one?
He was scrambling up to the right side, and he had a receiver there, and he tried to thread the needle, but again, directly into the chest of the Mason Comet. I believe that was Ryan Davis.
It looked like he was just kind of almost a throwaway to a receiver, and all of a sudden
didn't see the guy.
I didn't see him.
Yeah. So short field, that ball's going to be at the 24-yard line. Mason Comets first down. 5:13 left to play in this first quarter.
Comets 3 and out on their first attempt. Brown drops back, rolls. Under pressure, looks deep, and throws it away.
Yeah, little play action right there. Only one wide receiver there in the pattern. He was well covered. Getting good pressure from Greg Williams, so he just smartly just throws it out of bounds. Trying to catch it. It was first 3 runs in that first series. This is their first pass. Try to catch Colerain sneaking up a little bit. Good defense there.
So Brown sends a man in motion. And that man in motion
They're going to call it offsides long enough.
draws a penalty from the Cardinals.
Didn't see anybody move, so there must have been somebody lined up offsides.
But again, this is one of those, I know the high school rules are different, but I still would think you would let it play. Like he lined up in the neutral zone, but he didn't
Affect the play at all.
He wouldn't have affected the play till he gains his advantage during the play. So you let it play out, and Mason gets a free. So Mason 2nd and 5 now off the penalty. Blevins takes it. He's going to be
He's
just
awful close.
short. 3rd and 1. But as an offense, you would think you would want that play to go out.
Yeah, but we're speculating that it was lined up offsides, though. There could have been movement. It's kind of hard to see from this angle. But
even then, if it's not egregious, he doesn't have unabated to the quarterback, you usually let that play out. But maybe, I know the high school rules are different than college and the pros.
So 3rd and 1.
4:35 now in the first quarter. Mason with a 7-0 lead, knocking on the door here, trying to make it a 2-score game. Man in motion, handoff. Blevins, not much,
But enough. Yeah, Colerain plugged up that hole, but his momentum carried him all the way to the what is that, the 13, 12-yard line?
We'll call it the 13 and a nose.
So they can pick up a first down from this. Clock's still running. It's 4 minutes left in this quarter.
Figuratively running. The clock is statutory. Brown. Again, lots of motion for the Mason offense. He's going to hand it up the middle. Bounce back. Not much to run for Telmalade Adenise.
I saw that name earlier and was hoping you got the first call on that. He listed as a kicker, but he leads them in rushing touchdowns.
I think it's actually Telmalade Adenisana. It looks like Adenise, which is the name of the Israeli Adenise, the UFC fighter. Or not Israel. Anyway, whatever. Adenisana.
2nd down and 9.
2nd down and 9. Token motion. Brown again. Hands it off Adenisana. Not much if anywhere to go.
And again, Hayden Danielson, he doesn't get credit for the tackle there, but he blows that up, gets in the backfield, and disrupts. They're only going to bet about a yard on that one.
Listed on the linebacker in the Mason official roster, but he's also just listed as Temi, not Temi Lod. So, 3rd and 8 for the Comets.
So they've shown play action here, and they listen to their stats. They kind of spread the ball when they throw it. Got to watch for the tight end here.
Motion wide open. Initially missed the wheel route. Brown is just going to scramble and missed opportunity.
They missed that completely. I was ready to jump out of the booth there. They ran the motion to the wheel, and there wasn't a Cardinal.
Cooper Creek trying to point out the defense, the adjustments for everyone else, got caught in the snap, and his man rolled out uncovered. Luckily, he's able to recover before the quarterback gets out there. But
I think I could even made that throw.
Luckily, the play fake took a little bit of extra time. Max Google is 4 of 5 on the season with a long of 38. This will be from 28. Snap is back. Kick is no good.
Well, I tell you what, the Mason edge on the rush got away with a face mask that was so egregious. You heard the entire stands go, ooh, and there was nothing called. The edge rusher, his head was almost completely ripped off at that point. Slight exaggeration to make a point.
So, no harm off of the turnover, and
Colerain's going to start with their best field position at the 20-yard line. Okay, he's had time to throw, and I just physically, I like them, the height matchups on our outside receivers right here. So if you can get him time and just kind of take a chance.
Empty backfield for Billups now. They'll send Williams in motion. And they'll run a reverse to Lofton, and he good contained by the Comets. Lofton, not anywhere to go.
Did he fumble it? He might have fumbled that ball. Mason Comets come up with it.
And the fumble gives the Comets the ball right back after the missed field goal.
Yeah, they tried a little bit misdirection right there and reverse, and it was well covered, but you still got to hang on to the ball. There wasn't that big of a hit. I don't think Mason Comets stripped it from him. Just trying to do a little bit too much. So Mason going to start with their best field position, the Colerain 19.
Colerain 14.
Is that the 14? Oh, that is the 14. So Colerain kept them out of the end zone last time with a missed field goal, but do not want to go down by more than one score at this point with a minute 23 left in the first quarter.
So a third turnover and 4 possessions for the Cardinals. Step back, deep to the end zone. Did he get it in bounds? Yes, he did. Braden Greer with a touchdown for the Comets.
One-on-one, just a fade to the corner. Really went even to the corner.
Short corner.
Short corner. Kind of maybe caught the defensive back a little flat-footed. Everybody, even myself, was kind of looking for the power run. They went under center for the first time with 2 tight ends. There was only 1 wide receiver out there. I think caught everybody looking at the run there.
Extra point is up and good. 1:16 to play here in the first quarter. Mason 14. Colerain 0.
Also, the exclusive athletic training and physical therapy provided here at Colerain High School and over 20.
Colerain, just you need a spark. You need a confidence-building play. Whether it's special teams, whether it's offense, they just need to get something going that they can hang their hats on and just.
Back to the action. If you'd like further information, you can go to their website at www.
So far, they've been able to return the ball. This kicker really doesn't kick it that high, really doesn't kick it that deep. Just can't find a seam, not too many blockers in front of him. But it's got to take this to return vertical. Quit going sideways.
Kick is up. This one's going to be even shorter. Evans going to take it about his 11-yard line. Shorter but higher. He's going to try to go. Cuts it up to the 25. That's what he's got to cut. He hit him. Try to go to the edge. He just cut inside that one blocker.
His first instinct is to try to get outside, and it just hasn't been there. I said,
we had the one blocker, one guy, one defender, one blocker. Sure, the backside might attack you eventually, but
your return guy is just you got to be a special breed. You got to kind of be a little bit kamikaze.
So first down for the Cardinals. They'll take over at their own 28. This will be their best field position. Billups with trips to those right. Fakes the handoff up the middle, and I think Williams was supposed to take that.
Well, I think he almost read it there. He kind of pulled it out, but there was a Comet in the backfield that kind of blew up that mesh. So I don't think he really had a choice to make that read. The defensive lineman made that decision for him. So he did get back to the line of scrimmage.
Williams in motion. Billups looks, sets up screen to Williams. Ball is high and behind, and that will go out of bounds for about a 12-yard loss, 10-yard loss.
Yeah, but backwards pass right there. Williams had no chance to catch that. That wasn't even close to him. So that's a huge loss. What'd they lose there?
10 yards.
10 yards? Oh.
Was it
almost
20?
12. Almost 12.
No, it's exactly 10. They're at the 28 now. They're at the 18.
I'm watching the yard marker. He's having a hard time following the ref where to place it. There he goes.
I mean, how is 28 minus 18?
Our scoreboard's always goofy.
I know. And
delay game.
Delay game on the Cardinals.
Mason Comets late getting a defender in there, but even getting the play off, Colerain a little bit later.
Does call a timeout before that happens. And that's what I've seen it a couple of times this year on some of the college games. They brought that rule in a few years ago that if the offense makes a substitution, the defense has to make a substitution as well. Where I don't understand why
that shouldn't affect the play clock. The play
clock. Well, it does. The play clock is rolling at that time.
So they could.
That's what I'm saying. I think some teams have realized that, and they're just slowly I'm sure that wasn't 100% the case here for Colerain, but you have seen teams do that now that they've kind of every team is trying to find every advantage, and I think the defenses have said, all right, well, if the offense gets this advantage, they get to dictate tempo. We can create kind of a opposite effect of if we slow substitution, you're going to have to hurry through your cadence to get through the play clock.
What if they never substitute?
Well, at a certain point, the referee can reset at his discretion, but still, you play that real slow enough times. 3rd and 18, and Cardinals will just hand it off, play the safe play here, settle for the punt.
So punting for the Colerain Cardinals has been feast or famine. Krieg, unconventional kicker. You can really hear it off his foot, but sometimes it doesn't go where he wants to, but it very rarely comes up clean, which never really sets up a good return. Oh, that's the end of the quarter.
It's the end of the first quarter. After one quarter play here at Colerain, it's the Colerain Cardinals 14, the Mason Comets 0. You know the thing? That wasn't necessarily a slow first quarter. There was a lot of possessions.
A lot of short possessions.
But for both teams, exactly. What I'm saying, the Cardinals had 5 possessions in that quarter. I don't think they had
5 possessions last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, 5 possessions is what they've been averaging for a half, let alone a quarter.
To Joe Capel's Garden Center for their support of boys varsity football here at Colerain High School.
Well, and you know what? Mason Comets offense really not moving the ball other than that one pass play. The yardage has got to be just null.
But
the
touchdown,
field position.
They don't even have a first down because the only time they got past the sticks, I believe, was the touchdown, which was a short field.
Did they get one rushing touchdown maybe?
No.
No.
It was an interception. Pick 6 is where they got the points to start the game. And the touchdown, they might have had 1 or 2 first downs, but they probably have under 50 yards themselves as well in that first quarter.
So Cooper Craig is going to set up at his 5-yard line. Mason return man right at midfield.
Craig takes the snap. Gets it away. Not the best, but not the worst.
He can get a good bounce.
And he gets a good bounce. Fielded by the Cardinals. Touched at the 41. I was going to say.
It'll be 1st and 10.
First down, Mason.
Corey again relying on the defense to get some type of turnover. Because you're right, they have stopped other than that one fade pass. Corey late getting a defender on the field. Don't know if they had an injury.
They did. Their normal starting corner, Lawrence Young, is on the trainer's table, and they didn't.
Coaches didn't recognize that to get a sub in for him.
Timeout, Colerain. That'll be their second and a half.
As quiet as the stadium is, I hear a couple. I won't call them out by name. I hear a couple of the Colerain seniors calling out their own teammates, trying to encourage them on, trying to get them fired up, trying to get them on. So this team hasn't quit. Looking for a leader to make a play here.
Cameron Evans will check in for the injured Lawrence Young.
Young's been a playmaker for him. They're gonna miss him on that outside. He's made some big hits.
Snap back. Play fake. Brown looks over the top. He's going to
picked off.
Be picked off. Zahid Davis.
Yeah, they went at the sub.
Excuse me, correct. Jaden Stevens.
James Stevens. Colerain makes the sub at right cornerback, and they pretty much had him one-on-one, but the quarterback does not see the safety sitting back there.
Well, he tried to look off the safety on the tight end crossing over top, and he just, a good job by Stevens. He kind of played in between and didn't bite on the tight end. He covered him enough that he didn't throw to the tight end, but not enough that he got himself out of position to cover the post and pick it off.
Little bit of pressure from the Colerain Cardinals. Let's see if this kind of wakes up this crowd and wakes up this team right here.
So trips to the left. Billups, quick throw out to Huff. He's got a seam. He's going to have a first down. Out to midfield.
And that play will wake up the crowd. The Colerain faithful, couple of them jumped to their feet there. They've even woken up the band on that first down. They're at midfield. First down.
J.J. Huff takes the screen. First down, Cardinals. Billups takes it. Same play the other way. J.J. Huff makes the initial man miss and won't get much more. Gets about 2 yards.
On the tackle for Mason.
Yeah, they tried it on the right side. They go left this time. Mason Comets stay home.
See, this is you set yourself up now. You run it again to the right, except this time it's a double pass.
I was thinking the same thing. Or you fake that and you release. I don't think the Colerain's attack the middle of the field enough.
J.J. Huff is the backup quarterback. That's all I'm saying. Williams is going to spread out 5 wide. Billups fakes one way, going to come back. There's your screen to Myrick. Pressure just enough to throw it off.
Yeah, they left the outside linebacker there unblocked and let him come free on that, and Billups didn't see him to the last minute. That screen was there, but that little bit of pressure just caused him to miss a little bit.
And that's the design of that play. The design of the play is to let him in. He knows he's coming. He might not be looking at him, but the defender does a good job of doing just enough. So 3rd and 9 now.
3rd and 9, ball on the 49.
You get about half of this there, this might be 2-down territory.
It definitely is 2-down territory. Billups looks to throw. He's too high. J.J. Huff was there. Just missed him.
Oh, Billups knew it, too. Billups knew it. He almost celebrated when he threw it there, but when he missed it, he didn't miss him by much, about a foot and a half.
Well, if anything, Colerain has flipped the field. In this situation, you take it. The way both of these offenses are going, you're going to turn this back. Mason has really got their points because they've won the field position battle and forcing Colerain in long fields and themselves short fields and 3 turnovers. But Cardinals can flip it here with a Krieg punt. And that won't do it. But
unless he gets a bounce.
But that nope, did not bounce off the Comet. I thought that almost bounced off a Comet.
Yeah.
About
a 12-yard net on that kick.
And it's feast or famine with Cooper Krieg.
But yeah, so at this level, you're lucky to have a kid to kick it, but it comes off his foot, and it's either knuckleball or it's an odd spin. It never comes off clean, and sometimes he gets a good bounce, and that one he just missed.
That was one where he almost seemed like he didn't kind of get the side swipe you want from a rugby-style kick. You almost got the 9-iron or pitching wedge underneath it kind of stroke on it. First down, Comets at their own 35.
10:32 left till halftime.
Little toss sweep and tripped up. Gain of 2. Good play by Corey Myrick.
That's the first time we saw Chase Blevins.
We had 3 carries in the first quarter.
This time trying to go outside. Colerain shows a little bit more speed there.
So 2nd and 8 from the 37. Got a equipment timeout.
It's going to bring up one of your captains, Greg Williams, out for a play.
Yeah. So referee really just equipment substitution, letting Colerain get that extra defender off. Motion, handoff. Cooper Krieg blows it up in the backfield. Tackles Colin Billhorn for a big loss.
He didn't change much of the field position with his kick, but that's a big field position play from the defensive side. It's going to bring up an obvious passing down here.
3rd and 13.
3rd down and 13, ball on the 32.
The 32. Again, you could always reach us here in the booth at radio@wearecolerain.com.
Yeah, special listener at home, Lucille says hi.
Go to bed, Lucille. Go to bed. Snap is back. Brown looks to throw. He's under duress. He's going to hand of a man in a flat. And it's going to be well short of the first down.
Yeah, they're just going to get out to the 40. He needed to 50. Colerain defense does its job.
He needed the 45. Still way short, but.
4th down and 6 for the Comets.
They actually got the 44.
And yes, Lucio, G. Paul and Dad can hear you. Evans back to receive. Brown still the punter.
Back for the Comets, number 12.
Colerain got a little bit of pressure on this time. Don't know if they'll send anybody, but
Cameron Evans.
Nearly got it there. Evans, fair catch. Bobbles it, falls on top. Cardinals take over at their own 25.
no harm, no foul on that. He does his job. He covers up. Colerain sent a few that time. They were going for the block. So 8:57 left till halftime. Mason Comets
As
up.
quickly as that first quarter, with all the possessions went, this has been the longest 3 minutes of the second quarter.
We got a sideline warning for the Mason Comets.
That's one of those.
And there wasn't even a play over there, so that must have been.
That's one of the, I'm not saying it's not against the rules, but that's one when the referee just doesn't like somebody on the sidelines of the.
Yeah, or he bumps into somebody. There's a couple. I hope it's not the little Mason ball boys that are surrounding him.
Bunch formation. Flip it over. Now they'll have quads right. They'll run to it. Cornists can't get anything out of it.
Run to the short side of the field. Mason Comets not biting on that.
See, I like that by the referee, though. So the for
I
usually
didn't-
didn't see it. Mason Comet and a Colerain Cardinal getting into it away from the play, a blocker on a defender.
But
And the Colerain Cardinal probably pushed him a little late, but the referee just went to the Mason Comet, kind of just looked at him like, you did the same thing. You just didn't. I didn't see you throw the late push.
Wow.
So
But he got a pretty good part of the face mask. Usually he saw a little into the head. But anyway, yeah, no harm, no foul.
2nd and 12. Phillips takes it, looks to throw. Quick little out. Burton has it. Gets about 8 yards on the carry.
Yeah, Burton uses all 6'4" his frame there.
Sorry, 8 yards on the catch. 3rd and manageable. Third and 5.
Almost like to see him spread it out in a quarterback draw. I don't think our quarterback runs
We did
enough.
that last week.
Did we?
Yep.
Was it successful?
The first time. Rollout. Billups trying to find it. Settles and just throws it short of the intended Ryan O'Brien. He was there. Just didn't get a good turn and throw.
Yeah. Accuracy having a little bit of issue right there. Again, they roll him out against his arm, but he had the running back had a step on the defender. He was there. Just got to execute. Colerain, that play clock started 15 seconds before the ball was placed. Not this could affect the play, but the Colerain coaching staff was a little bit upset with that.
Krieg gets under this. It's a pretty decent kick. It's a good bounce.
Here goes the bounce he wanted last time.
And that's the thing. You could kick it that high and get that bounce if you get the air under it. But the short one earlier, he kicked it that high. Didn't kick it that much cleanly. And
yeah, see the Colerain coaching staff going to the referee. That play clock was started 15 seconds before that ball was placed. It didn't affect the play right there, but I thought I saw that earlier.
Well, it's on the referee, and that's a little bit of everything there. The referees should have conscious, and I think they would have got a reset if it was close. But the ball was slow from the Masons as La Paz went on the Mason sideline. They were waiting for the ball to come from the Mason sideline.
Right.
Slow. They were on the left hash. The play should have been on the right, so they had to move it. I'm sure they would have reset it if it was going to be an issue. But snap, hold, and I think Colerain was just offsides. That one.
Yeah, he trying to anticipate the nose guard, trying to anticipate the snap count, and he just a fraction early.
That one I get because he was right there in the middle. Is one of those. He probably does have a disruptive force. But so it'll be 1st and 5. 7:47. Time flying away here in the second quarter. 7:47 flying away.
Got it.
Yeah. Toss sweep right. And good blocking up front. It's the biggest run of the night for the Comets across midfield to the 30.
That's the biggest play from either team yardage-wise. That's Timmy on the carry. It's going to bring all the way down to the Colerain. Where'd they spot that? The 33-yard line?
First down, Comets. Adenisana with the carry.
And it's really the only second time they've tried anything, or second or third time they've tried anything on the outside. They've been trying to go straight at the Colerain Cardinals.
But smartly, he didn't try to keep pushing it outside. He found a cutback lane. And
well, it looks like they brought a couple extra big guys in a couple extra tight ends, and they've just gone power football.
Brown Handoff, backfield. Adanasana
Now it's ball carrier
gets
number
by the
4,
initial defender.
Adesanya.
Picks up about 4, maybe 5 on the play.
So you got me watching this one closer, referee. He just let a nice little judo throw by the Colerain defender. Normally they don't allow you to hip toss.
I mean,
the
he's just
blocker.
trying to get the blocker off.
No, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's a good battle to watch. So 2nd down and 6. And again, almost 3 tight ends bunched to the right.
Handoff up the middle, and Brandon Brown, I believe, or no, Brandon Smith.
Brandon Smith, undersized middle linebacker, anticipates that and gets in there, and they're only going to pick up 1 here.
3rd and 4. Now the long for the field goal kicker is 38, so you might think this is a situation with 2 down territory.
Yeah, you've got a 2-possession lead
Against an offense that has struggled.
and if you punt it, you're only going to gain to the 20 anyway. Miss field goal, you only get it to the 20, so unless they get a loss here.
They'll run that toss sweep play again, get to the edge. And it's going to depend where he stepped out. They're going to say he stepped out at the 25. And that
He's
will
gonna be about 2 yards short.
2 yards short, bring up 4th and 2.
Offense is going to stay out there.
4th down and 2.
It's almost good place here. You run that toss a couple different times. You've got a little counter that comes underneath that. Or even play action, so one of those tight ends you've lined up at the blocker.
You have a lead. Everyone's anticipating a inside run play action tight end. Man in motion, handoff, play action, looking deep. He is going to go deep. And is he in?
Nope. It's going to be at the 1 yard line. Looks like they're going to spot him. Colerain defender was right there with him, but for some reason peeled off, thinking that he didn't.
He thought he almost like he misjudged the throw. He was in position and sat down like he was going to intercept it at the 5, but the pass just goes over his head and is caught at the 1.
Yeah. When you get a 2-score lead, you could take chances like that. That's a good execution by the Mason Comets.
The Cardinals, honestly, Quinn Brown should have ran the ball for a 1st down there. But on the throw, Jaden Stanley was there. He just misplayed it and let the ball sail over his head. I mean, he was there. The ball was floated. He just misplayed it in the air and thought it was much shorter than it was. Goal line, and Brown stumbled. Did he stay on his feet, though?
I know. I think he fell to his knees before he got it.
They're going to give it to him.
Kind of hard to see from here, but it did look like his feet came out from under him.
He went for the sneak and then slipped on the initial. But you also can't tell
where the ball was.
Or no. Yeah. If he did slip, but he could have slipped and fell on top of the pile. So touchdown, Comets. Snap is back. Hold is down. Kick is just in with 5:17 to play here in the first half. It's the Mason Comets 21, the Colerain Cardinals 0.
High school football fans, here's some local scores and interest. In the second quarter, Lakota West 24, Oakville 0. Second quarter score, Princeton 7, Fairfield 6. Hamilton 8, Middletown 0 in the second quarter. And finally in the second quarter, St. X 3, Trinity 3.
So, Cardinals.
And again, tonight is homecoming night. All the festivities will be taking place here at halftime in just a bit. Again, we'll be drawing a number for Split the Pot. So we've got folks going around selling those tickets.
I have no idea what I was just about to say.
Well, kind of a late substitution here on kick return. The Colerain Cardinal, Lawrence Young, still on the training table, so need to sub for him.
For the Cardinals, number 14, Ricardo Lofton. Number 21, Ryan O'Brien.
So all the kicks have been returnable. We just need to get a block up front.
Or to cut inside ones. Kick is a little squibber off of a Cardinal helmet, but it is recovered by Smith.
No, I tell you what, as bad as a play as the one up man made, the other one made even a better play.
Well, and you don't, I mean, that's one you, I mean.
You got to cover it up. You got to do what you can, and it's an oblong ball. You're not going to get a true one. But he kind of slid down on the ground.
Janer Cook is a return, not the return man.
Right.
And that he's running back and all of a sudden realizes, oh, no, I have to go cover that. So he's sliding to try to make that. The ball takes a funny
that
hop
hop over his hands and hits him right in the face mask.
Face mask. Takes a funny, I mean, good play there by Brandon Smith.
So, good field position, ball at the 30.
Quick screen out to Myrick.
I'm going to call that one incomplete.
Probably best that he dropped that because where he caught it, he was on the ground and probably lost a yard. I don't think any of this is right. I think what just happened? They had the ball short of the 30. Then they just gave him the 30? I don't know.
No, that's where the ball was finally recovered. Not where the initial guy touched it.
I'd swear they were on the 29 to start the drive, but whatever.
No, they were on the 30 the whole time.
I know. That's why I was confused. 2nd and 10. Billups takes it. Handoff. Nowhere to go for Cordes.
Yeah, ball comes out late, but his momentum was stopped. They're going to call him down.
So 3rd and 13 for the Cardinals.
Really surprised the Cardinals haven't taken a deep shot. The safeties are pretty much in the corners playing one-on-one, and they're not respecting the Colerain run, so that they're playing pretty tight. You got a receiver 6'4" against a 5'9" defensive back.
He'll spread it out, go 5 wide here. Plenty of time on the play clock. Cornist in motion, set up screen, and not there.
Comets, number 42.
Yeah, you want to allow the defenders through there on a screen, but they got in there a little bit too quick. Outside really kind of what didn't develop quick enough for the quarterback even to make an attempt to throw it.
Well, I think Billups ate it. I think the backside setup screen, I think Burton ran deep and didn't stop for the screen. You had blockers and blockers there ready to block, but Burton was out ahead. Creek gets it away. It's a low line drive. And that's like the most in-between hop one can get.
Usually on those low line drives, that's when you get the multiple roll and it rolls forever. That checked up like he hit a 9-iron.
Well, the thing, too, is it either bounces like that and then bounces right back at you hard or keeps rolling forward. That one just bounced and stopped. And the Cardinal defender in between the returner, they're both kind of like waiting for the ball to go one way or the other.
Yeah. It's going to be at the Cardinal 49, 3:29 left to play till halftime.
Comets have all 3 of their timeouts. Haven't had much success offensively until last drive. See what they can get going here, and not much, if anything. Maybe. Yep, no, he's going to fall forward for 3.
Yeah, they hit him stopped initially. Good leg drive to keep it going. They hit him at the line of scrimmage. He does pick up 3 on that.
Didn't see who got the carry there.
27, I think.
Brown looks back to pass under pressure, gets away from it, goes deep, and caught. Loose. Touchdown Cardinals, or Comets.
Yeah, just kind of scramble, and again, the safeties kind of bite up on the short man. They allow a guy to get deep. Just kind of blown coverage right there. The fourth score of the night. Third touchdown pass. No, second.
Second touchdown pass.
Yeah, yep.
Braden Greer on the kick will be number 39, Max Huber.
So, extra point forthcoming for the Comets. Snap is back. Hold is up. Kick is good with 2:34 to play in the first half. Comets 28, Cardinals 0.
Mason 28, Colerain nothing. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to let you know to stop by our concession stand. We've got plenty of drinks, snacks, candy, some grilled items for you over there. All the proceeds are going to benefit the Colerain High School Booster Association and Colerain High School. We also have some Krispy Kreme donuts to be sold, of course, during the game tonight. They're just $1 each. Cash only, please, for that while supplies last.
So again, how many people got online, Brandon?
50.
50. So if you're a Colerain fan, if you're a Mason fan, let us know where you're listening from. Give us something else to talk about. What year did you graduate from? You got a friend on the team, a kid on the team?
Or don't.
It's
or
radio at wearecolerain.com.
Number 21, Ryan O'Brien, and number 23, Cameron Evans.
And really offensively, it starts up front for the Cardinals. I mean, as much as Billups has maybe missed a couple open receivers, he just hasn't had time and is getting no relief because there's absolutely no running lanes for anyone. Go another squibber. This time the Cardinals will get the bounce. This time finding some space. This time Jaden Cook gets the return.
Number 49, Lucian Burkhardt.
That was one where the return man's like, I bumped him like I got him. Like,
He goes, no, I dropped the last one. I'm
I'm
getting this.
redeeming
This one's
myself right here. I'm making sure.
And that's as a coach, that's what you got to like. The kid makes a mistake and he comes back and has the confidence to attack that ball again.
Just a sophomore. Jaden Cook listed as an athlete. That means the young man is, we'll find a spot for you at some point. So, twin receivers either side for the Cardinals. Billups drops back, looks deep, and incomplete.
Had the right idea.
Burton was open.
Burton didn't get off the line clean. He got bumped and couldn't catch his feet, but that was the right place to throw the ball, and that was a good idea. Just the timing of that was thrown off by the defensive back.
Burton got caught in traffic. He's there, and that's a good throw by Billups. He's throwing to the spot in between the corner and the safety in the cover too, but Burton kind of stumbled there and didn't have time to turn around and locate the ball. Motion man. Billups takes it, drops back. Under pressure, steps up, and cuts it back. Cut from under after a short gain.
Yeah, Billups was doing a good job, but Kyle Wolfuk, leading tackler for the Mason Comets on the year, stays home, does his job.
Gets him by the ankles, and for Mason, if he doesn't, Billups has a lot of room to run.
But he did it again, and we saw it a couple of weeks ago. If he decides to run, he's got to tuck that ball in. He had it. Big hands. But he fumbled last week with that ball out there like what they call it, like a loaf of bread. So 3rd down and 8.
Billups looks, throws over top. Bad throw there. Intercepted going the other way. Returned into Cardinal territory.
Well, he was just thrown to an area, and this time his safety camped deep, and he kind of overthrew the wide receiver. I don't fault that. You got to take chances.
Ashton Schiff, who's listed as a quarterback. So there's one of the two quarterbacks. He's playing defense now. So it'll be first down Comets at the Cardinal 25. They'll have 129. Actually, the Cardinal 24. See, this is yep. See what is going on here? The sticks are at the 25. There we go. This is what happened last time.
Well, I watched it. The referee that was caused the sideline warning is not controlling the chains that well on that side.
Might be why he got the sideline warning. Toss, sweep, out. Blevins trying to find some space. Gets through one. And somehow stayed on his feet and is in the end zone. I saw Blevins spin. I don't know how he stayed on his feet, but he did, and he's in for 6.
Yeah, it looked like a couple of the Colerain Cardinals are trying to strip the ball rather than take him down. And Blevins, he's their second leading rusher. Showed a little quickness there.
Well, yeah. Kick is up. Kick is good. 1:18 to play in the first half. It's the Comets 35, the Cardinals 0.
Mason 35, Colerain nothing. I'd like to take a moment out to thank our friends at UC Health. Very proud to be the official orthopedics and sports medicine provider of your.
Well, that's the exact opposite of what you wanted to happen. You wanted to try to get some momentum, some score going into the second half there, regardless of the score. And you did the opposite. You gave up a turnover and a quick score the other way.
Well, yeah, the turnovers in short field turns into big plays, and once it snowballs, it just kind of got rolling. You've got a team here that's average, less than 10 points a game on the year. But any team at any level, you give them an inch, they'll take a mile. So we've seen back-to-back squib kicks. See if Colerain does anything different in the return game.
Number 14, Ricardo Lofton. Number 15, Tristan Corks.
Nope, just another squib. This time they'll let it bounce. It'll be Lofton taking it, trying to find some space. He'll get across the 30, but not much further. Officially down at the 31.
I like what he did there. As we said, we've been telling him quit dancing and just take it straight up the field. He did there. He didn't break the long one, but a decent return after the 31. 1:13 left to play.
Cardinals have one timeout to work with. Go trips left for Billups. Takes the snap, looks to throw. Over the middle, bounced, and incomplete.
Incomplete pass for the Cardinals, intended for number 4, J.J. Huff.
Yeah, kind of another late substitution there, getting personnel out on the field. Colerain Cardinals. He throws the ball to Huff, and Huff, I believe, still had his helmet unbuckled. So that will stop the clock with 1:09 left to play till half.
Ten seconds on the play clock. Billups looks, set screen. J.J. Huff, he's got space. He's going to pick up the first down and get close to midfield. That was one where you could do that all the way down the field if you had the patience, because Mason's kind of playing a prevent nothing behind them defense. Take the 10, 15 yards every time.
Well, and he does wisely with only one timeout, steps out of bounds to stop the clock.
So trips now to the right side. Billups and gonna get an equipment. They have to reset the game clock there.
He's pointing to Mason in his.
No, he pointed to J.J. Huff. He has something with his equipment that he had to come out. Now, the thing is, there were 2 seconds ran off the clock. Does that matter in the long run? No, but everyone should be judged here, and the referee should be putting 2 seconds back on the clock. Quick screen out to Lofton. Find him some space, but not enough for a first down. Clock continues to run. Cardinals quickly to the line. Not quickly to their formation. They got right there ready.
Ball on the 47.
Plenty of time rolling off. Trips to the left now. Billups takes it, looks, throws over the middle.
Incomplete pass for the Cardinals.
Incomplete. I don't know if that was intended for Corey Myrick.
Yeah, Myrick was kind of running a short post. There was a long post behind him, but ball hits you in the hands, you got to catch it. But it might have been actually intended for the deeper pattern. But it does stop the clock. 30 seconds left to play till halftime.
Cardinals still holding on to one timeout.
Mason Comets going to sit a defensive tackle and bring up an extra defensive back.
O'Brien in motion. Over the middle, Lofton.
That ball bounced.
Incomplete.
Almost good that it did. Well, it's fourth down.
No, he would have had the first down.
Number 14.
Clock would have stopped for the first down. Cardinals will punt.
7, ball on the 47.
You've got 24 seconds left. The ball's at midfield. You've got a good athlete back there. This would be a good time for a fake.
Brandon Dunn.
Comets have got pretty good pressure. See, so here's the thing I just saw there. Years ago, the Cardinals would do the little snap down on punt formation to try to jump you off sides. And that play was outlawed because it was an unfair advantage they ruled. And I'm just saying this because that's
Right.
what the referees are discussing around.
But the
Mason was doing the opposite. From the defensive side, they were simulating – I don't know if you call it simulating a snap count, but they were all simulating something as if they were all in unison trying to draw the Cardinals to jump
Right,
off
and he
sides.
went from the Colerain Cardinal lineman went from standing with his hands on his knees to the 3-point to go down. So
And they are calling the penalty on the Comets.
okay,
I was to say, and I was about to complain. I was about to say, well, now the defense has the opposite. They have an advantage that they outruled the snap down play. Now,
but
yeah.
does this change your
No, it's still short of the first down.
right? But you go for it now.
And that's exactly what's happening. Timeout, Colerain, they'll get the offense on the field.
It does burn up their last time out, but it takes the fourth down and 7 or fourth down and 8 to
Now-
fourth down and 3.
Don't get me wrong. This is a very unusual situation. But Coach Huber should have had his offense ready to go straight back onto the field. But, again, this day and age in high school football, you have so many guys going both ways. It's sometimes hard to hold up your offense like that and have everyone accounted for.
For their support. And also, too, if you need award-winning financial planning, well, we would like to welcome our newest Gold Cardinal sponsor, who is Long Schaefer CPAs. They specialize in small business planning and also compliance solutions. Conveniently located in Colerain and Compton, you can see the specialists today, and they'll take good care of you. Also, we'd like to thank
So Colerain is going to break the huddle and come out and bring that offense back onto the field.
company and Willie Benson, our boosters of the Silver Cardinal Level Owners. We thank all of them for their support of boys varsity football here.
But it's one thing, though, too. If you fake the punt right there, Mason Comets don't really have the right defense in now. Now going in for offense, Mason Comets going to go. But you know what? They got 4 defensive linemen. They don't have the extra
5
defensive
wide.
back.
Here we go. Billups. He's got Burton, and he just dropped it. He had the middle of the field. He had the first down and really one-on-one and over the middle, and Burton just dropped.
Turnaround downs, it'll be first and 10 Comets.
You couldn't have written – well, you could have written a better setup. You could have, not covered him and he walked into the end zone untouched. But that's about as good as a play call as you can get and execute until the catch.
Was he looking to pitch the ball maybe?
No.
Yeah, it was usually that hook and ladder on the outside.
He went to look up and saw that if I outrun this guy covering me, there's no one – because all the other routes are to the outside. There's no one in the middle of the field. Comets will line up, and they will take a knee and take us to halftime. So halftime here, Colerain High School. It's the Colerain Cardinals trailing the Mason Comets 35-0. We'll be back with some halftime stats and scores from around the city. And we're back. Here were some halftime scores as the clock ticks around about 2.5 before halftime or for second half of play here. We'll start in the GCL. St. Xavier traveled to Louisville for the second straight week. And it is St. Xavier trailing Trinity of Louisville 10-3 at half. Elsewhere, Moeller leads Elder 21-7.
That's kind of a surprise.
Yeah, Moeller struggled mightily all year, and Elder gave Edwards one of their closest games of the year, except until last week when they lost to Madison. In the GMC, and what has unofficially, because no one else ever called it that, but they've started calling it themselves the Butler Bowl. Middletown trails Hamilton 11-7.
They're almost ready to go extra innings.
Yeah.
11.
Princeton, Fairfield in the Skyline Crosstown showdown. Princeton 14, Fairfield 6. Sycamore 10, Lakota East 10. They're tied at halftime. And Lakota West has found their offense apparently. They lead Oak Hills 45-0 at half.
Well, they made that quarterback switch, and give Coach Bolden a credit. I mean, we saw that when he was here. You may not be good that first week, but you're going to get better every week.
Couple of surprises elsewhere. Mount Healthy trails Harrison 28-0. And Kings leads Winton Woods 12-7. So as Mason has a 30-point lead, plus the second half will begin on a running clock, with the clock only stopping for changes, possessions, and end of quarters.
And injuries.
And injury timeouts. So Cardinals kick off for the first time. They'll go onside. And it didn't go farther enough.
But I thought it might have touched that Mason Comet leg. Looking for the spot from the referee who's standing right there. I think they want to discuss it. Did it touch a Colerain player before it hit the legs of the Mason Comet? Colerain did end up with the ball, but we're not sure if somebody touched it. I tell you what, either he touched it or he didn't. It should be a quick decision.
Either way, a minute's going to go off the clock before they even make a decision.
Is a clock? Oh,
that's a running clock.
It's a running clock. I was going to say they didn't stop the clock for this, but yeah.
There's no change of possession.
No, it's not. I'm arguing with the PA guy who's making the call. You guys can't hear him. It does not have to go.
They pick up the flag. It's Colerain football.
Yeah, it does not have to go 10 yards. But they're going to say Mason Comets ended up with the ball.
Officials waved off the flag.
Coach Huber looking for an explanation. He said either there's a penalty on us and we re-kick, or we have the ball.
Yeah, either. Unless I don't think Mason ended up with the ball right there.
I don't think they did. I mean,
so it's either an early touch by Colerain, the penalty, and it's a re-kick.
I mean, we might get halfway through this quarter before play is run.
We have a parent in the press booth. They say their child is missing. Kim Boyce. Kim Boyce, if you could please come to the top of the stairs outside the stadium.
Coach Huber is not happy with whatever the referee tried to explain it to him. But again, with the running clock, it's down to 9 minutes. The Colerain coaching staff is pointing to the clock, and then the referees are going to stop the clock. Mason has broken the huddle, but I think they're going to discuss now, since it was a referee's stoppage, whether we're stopping the clock. Or did Coach Huber talking change the referee's mind.
This is almost at a parody level at this point.
Okay, the head referee has got with the linesman, and they're speaking with Coach Huber again. And it looks like it's going to be a time clock issue. They're going to put it back where it was. They're going to put 11:40.
All right, so all that, yeah.
But still, it doesn't explain the play. But
no, but it's something. Now it's running again. Just a little screen pass out and hit and bobbled and caught.
Isn't that pass interference?
Not if he's within at the line of scrimmage. I think it's like 2-yard buffer or 2-yard buffer.
Okay. Yeah. I'm talking about the initial block before the pass is kind of blown up.
As long as the pass isn't downfield, he can block.
And here's a flag from the sideline. They're gonna. Is this going to be a sideline? It's going to be a sideline warning on Colerain. Coach Huber didn't like something there.
Jun-Hee Cho with the catch there. He's hit by both his own man and the defender, catching the screen, bobbled it, caught it on the rebound, and picked up the first down. Handoff. Adenasana. Picks up about 2.
On the tackle for Colerain, number 9, Danielson.
Danielson and Craig on the tackle. Going to give him 2 yards on that play. A little late starting the play clock this time, but clock's running.
We do have a change of quarterback. Caden Ashurst, who is the quarterback with the most stats now in at quarterback here. Handoff, Adenasana. Short gain, it'll be 3rd and 5.
There's Danielson again on the tackle. He got stuck in traffic in the middle there. Did a good job shedding the blocker as the running back popped outside. So did he.
Split the top tickets we have in numbers right now. 500-7904.
So it'll be 3rd down and 5.
Split the top ticket number 500-7904. Come up to the press box, pick up your cash. You've got 15 minutes as of right now. 15 minutes to pick up your money for the split the pot. 500-7904.
Fake the pitch, going to run inside. Danielson with the initial contact. Good play by Ashurst to keep moving forward. He'll be about a yard short of the first down.
He's kind of a bigger quarterback there, but you're right. Danielson was there made to play, but he kind of spun off him, and he turned a loss into a gain, so it's going to be 4th down and 1, and they're leaving that offense on the field.
Yeah, why not? Unusually for Mason, this is not the biggest of offensive lines. They have a couple taller kids, but not a lot of beef up front.
Yeah, they're all 6'4", 6'5", but only about 250
not
pounds.
All 6'4", 6'5". 2 of them are probably 6'4", 6'5". So 4th and 1. And handoff at Adenasana. He's hit at the line to gain. Falls forward for the first down.
Clock down to 8 minutes left in the 3rd quarter.
That's one of those almost like the touchdown that the Ohio State against Notre Dame had last week. You put the defense in a position where, yeah, you're going to hit me right at the line of the game, but I'm going to fall forward and get the yardage I needed to make the gain.
Yeah, Good size running back. They list him at 220.
I also list him as a linebacker. So Ashurst is still in at quarterback, hands it off. Then Asana breaks one tackle out across the 20 near the 15.
On the carry for the Comets, number 4, Timmy Adesanya.
Going to give him almost 7 yards on that carry.
Second down and 4, ball on the 17.
Second and 4. Ashurst looks to throw and pick. Oh! Corey Myrick had no one in front. An easy 6 points the other way, and he just dropped it.
Surprising they're throwing the ball, but with only one receiver in the area, Myrick undercuts that.
He read the quarterback's eyes because he had streaks running right where he vacated, but he read the quarterback's eyes right away to step in front of that, but he just couldn't complete the catch.
But even with the incomplete ball, the clock continues to run.
Fake, one way, go the other. Ashurst with some room. Inside the 10, across the 5, first and goal.
The keeper for Mason.
You always see the quarterback change why. You had the throwing quarterback earlier. This time you got a little bit more athletic, a little bit bigger size, run the ball a couple times.
First and goal, ball on the 2.
This team had 165. Never believe rosters. He's bigger than 165.
Nah, I think he just got some thick pads. High snap, but he gets it down, hands it off. And then Asanya in for 6 points.
Timmy Adesanya, the ball carrier for Mason. Touchdown, Comets.
So first possession, second half. A little bit of an odd start on that onside kick. Mason marches right down the field, and with 5 minutes left in this third quarter, score again.
Williams jumps off sides. Trying to do that. We saw the Patriots, I think, a couple weeks ago with the first team to really take it. Again, talked earlier about trying to take advantage of little loopholes in the rules. He's trying to do that running head start down the line, timing the snap, which, I mean, the Patriots blocked a field goal. I'm like, I've never seen that before. A very smart idea. Trying to copy it a little bit was Williams there, but he jumped trying to time that snap count. Snap is back, hold is down, kick is good with 3:54 to play in the third. Mason 42, Colerain 0. Some positive news in a desperate situation for them. The Reds lead 6-0 through 2 innings. They need a sweep, more than likely.
They almost need to sweep and the other team to lose all 3.
Almost. They're getting some help. Pirates beating the Marlins, and the Cubs and Brewers are tied up. They need the Brewers to lose once, the Cubs to lose once, the Marlins twice. Or the Diamondbacks 3 times. And in fact, the situation is such that I think Marlins have a game that got rained out like 2 nights ago.
Yeah.
In like the 9th inning, tied at 2-2, that they're only going to make up if they have to.
All right, and they're going to wait till Monday to play half league.
Another squib kick. This is going to take a bounce over Ricardo Lofton, still on the ground. he will just cover it up. Again, funny hopping. That's why you do those squib kickoff returns. You keep it out of a guy's hand, and more often than not, they're not going to get a clean return.
Well, and it kind of disrupts the timing of the blocking in front, too, not just the return man, but the guys in front of him. And I've always said in high school, if you can keep it within the 35, you've done a good job. You're inside the 20, you've done an excellent job. And here again, Colerain starting at their own 19.
And it's double-edged because not only do you delay the return, you also might have had an up man who had to make it might be caught in between, do I try to get this ball or do I block?
Looks like Mason Comets have made some substitutions on defense.
Billups with the signal, drops back to throw. And he's got Corey Myrick deep. And it's a foot race to the end zone, and Corey Myrick will go all the way for a touchdown.
The longest play, I believe, in the so far this season, 81 yards. Myrick almost had the touchdown on the interception, but he answers back here. Colerain's on the board. I tell you what, you've seen a lot of the Colerain Cardinals that go both ways, kind of banged up. You see an obvious limp on Myrick right there. I thought they had a chance of catching him behind, but a great effort to get in the end zone.
Little bobble of the snap. Kick is blocked. They cannot return the blocked kick. So extra point is no good with 2:26 to play in the third. Mason 42, Cardinals 6.
Mason 42, Colerain 6.
Yeah, that ball I don't believe that ball ever got off the ground. That bounced to the holder. You can't really fault him. It's that three-headed monster that everything needs to go right there for your field goals and extra point. You need the good snap. You need the good hold. You need the kick. Well, if you don't get the snap, it makes everybody's job that much harder. But Colerain is on the board, 42-6, 2:26 left to play in this third quarter. We will still be in a running clock.
Yeah, the clock will stop after the change of possession on the kickoff, and then we'll run as soon as Mason snaps the ball.
In the third quarter, Dakota West 52, the Oakland Highlanders 0, and Trinity 10, St. X 3 in the third quarter.
Cardinals looks like they're going to get some substitutions on their kickoff return. I thought I saw just two white helmets, which indicates a freshman. We will say, 7-0 Reds. We will say, if there is hope for the future, it is in the two white helmets out there, the two Jarman twins. I believe 27 is one of the other Jarmans.
Yeah,
Nope, that's Demetrio and Anderson. Anyways, there are the Jarman twins. They're coming. They're up to the two freshmen. Pretty highly touted. Actually, no, there is the three white helmets, the two Jarmans and Anderson. The freshman team won again. Well, I assume they won. As the kickoff will go field at about the 15. Still open field, and he will be tracked down by Cameron Evans. I assume the freshman won because it was 16-0 when I drove by Mason High School where I lived near last night for the Cardinals.
Chase Blevins on the big return right there. But I tell you what, with as many times as we've seen referees stop the game for equipment issues, at no point in that play did Chase Blevins have his mouthpiece in.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's funny. Some referees really enforce it, some really don't. As long as you're consistent the whole game, I'm fine with it. Because I've seen a couple of the Colerain players.
It's like the silly referees will. I mean, I think it was last year. One of the games we saw, it was like 6 or 7 guys got taken out of the game because their knee pad just wasn't perfectly over their knee, and I'm like, and it wasn't one-sided too. It was like
selectively enforced.
Yeah.
But 24-yard line, Mason Comets got another quarterback in there.
I'll have to go deep to the roster for this one. Pitch out. Maybe 2 yards. That is so. Okay, I misspoke earlier.
There's two number 9s.
Yeah, I gave Ashton Chief credit for the interception earlier. That's because there's 2 number 9s. The interception earlier was by Preston Estoyesta. Ashton, they have 2 9s. Ashton Schiaff. E? Schiaffi will keep it. Find some space. He's got a first down. No, he doesn't.
He's got a first down.
No, he doesn't.
Oh,
there's a flag on the play. Holding on the Mason Comets. And as someone whose daughter goes to school in Mason, in preschool, I can tell you, the roster is not as also. There is a lot of
it's a very diversified community.
Diverse neighborhood and a lot of unique names
yes.
in Mason community.
So it's going to be a holding. It's going to be a spot foul. It's going to bring it all the way back to the 26. Well, it'll be 2nd down and 12. Running clock under 30 seconds. They will have to take a play because the play clock's down to 15.
Funny enough, in my daughter's class, everyone either has a very, very old-fashioned name or like a very
international name.
No, a very new name where like we spell it's Jaden, except we spell it with 2 Y's or something like that. You know, something like that. I mean, that's not actually the real example, but for example, like you're just like Michael, but we spell it with a Q. Yeah. You know, something like that.
Well, back in the day, in your preschool days, your first class, there were 6 Brandons.
Yeah, I know. And that's the end of the first quarter, or excuse me, the third quarter, with the Mason Comets leading 42-6 of the Colerain Cardinals. Oh, I know. My daughter has like 3 Emmas.
Yeah,
there's 3 preschool, 2 preschools classes, and there's 3 Emmas.
So, again, over 30 points. Going to be a running clock this fourth quarter again.
They will have to run and play. So, before that clock
untimed down?
No, I'm saying before the clock
starts.
Before the clock will restart. It will be 3rd and 9 for the Comets at the Cardinal 23. We do have some third quarter intermission entertainment if we can get it on video. Nope, we didn't get it on video.
Oh, she's got like 3 attempts for
she's got 3 attempts to get the ball in the
Credit
hoops.
Union there, the throw for the dough for $50.
This is the 3rd attempt where they cheat and give her the free.
Give it to her anyway.
3rd down 9. They run the play under pressure. Schiaffi trying to get there, scrambling. Out of bounds. Short gain. 4th down, Comets.
Well, now, interesting here. You're really too far away for a field goal.
But this is the perfect spot when the situation doesn't matter.
Good practice.
To get the practice for your field goal.
Yeah, because a missed field goal in high school, if it reaches the end zone, it's the opposing team would get it to 20.
So go Ghouls. Long for the year is 38. This will be a 39.
We have one here in the press box. So come on up and pick it up, please. Thank you.
And
a bunch of Colerain Cardinals jumping off sides. I don't know if they were drawn offside.
Calling on the Cardinals.
A couple of the defensive linemen are pointing at the center, maybe a simulated snap, but either way, they're going to give them 5 yards.
So it'll be a 34-yard attempt.
And this will no longer be his personal best.
Snap is back. Hold is down. Kick is good with 10:13 to play. Mason 45. Colerain 6. Interesting there. They outlawed on the punt that snap down, and Mason They didn't do it very quickly. They were kind of a slow snap down, but they still kind of did that snap down out of a special teams formation. I'm not saying the Colerain Cardinals were the origin of that play blade out band, but they were probably heavily responsible.
I think we perfected it, and back in the days, we drew more teams off. I don't think other teams in the GMC did it as much as Colerain or as effective, but I always thought it was silly. You know, you don't watch a man; it's all about the ball. It's like the hard count that a quarterback does to draw you off.
Yeah, I don't understand your argument here.
Well,
it sounds like an argument for it, not against it.
It's the same thing. Quarterback's trying to draw you off with a hard count, and they're trying to draw you off sides with this head bob.
Cardinals changed their formation a little bit. His kickoffs all kind of gone in the same spot, and they shift the formation and they finally kick it deep. Lofton will take it just inside his own 10. Trying to find some space. Trying to get to the outside. If he can cut it back, there it is, a little bit of a seam, and that's what they didn't do the first half. If you get stringed out at a certain point.
Stringed out?
Yeah.
Strung out?
It's almost like a stretch play.
Yes.
Where if they're gonna do it at a certain point, you got to cut back inside, use the flow against them, and then gets it out to the 28, 27.
First and 10, Colerain.
20. Who knows? The way this game has been spotted. Board says 28. The ball says the 27. The chain gang says the 28. There we go. Everything's the 28. Snap back Billups. Double move. He's going to go deep this time. Burton just too far ahead.
Incomplete pass for the Cardinals.
Good defense by Carson McCoon.
Yeah, substitutions in. The junior, McCoon.
Second down and 10, ball is 28.
Looks like they made a lot of substitution, but they've kept most of the defensive line in there.
Second and 10. Under 9 to play. Just got the playoff. Billups steps up. He's got a lot of space to run and draws the late flag.
Yeah, he's hit a little bit out of bounds.
Somebody's mama wasn't happy about that.
There was a discussion earlier about having miking the crowd and an ambient mic, and when you've got a quiet crowd, you could hear the opinionated parent. Let's say that.
That was just a mom. I don't know if that's Phillips's mom or not, but that was somebody's mom happy that they got that call. And the thing was that the penalty was going to be on Alex Brown. That wasn't malicious. That was just one where he's got to be smarter on the way he approaches the quarterback on the sidelines, because he didn't hit him hard. He just kind of undercut him when he was already out of bounds.
Yeah, he just the push out of bounds, but he was already out of bounds when he made the push.
Try the jet sweep, and it's blown up, and there is nowhere to go for Ryan O'Brien.
The carry for the Cardinals, number 21, Ryan O'Brien. On the tackle for Mason, number 17, Ryan Davis.
Yeah, that play was just blown up from the beginning. Offensive line was pushed back.
It's hard
3
to get
yards.
the edge when the edge is collapsed before Bryant got the ball, and he was already got the contained man was already in front of him.
7:30.
And there's the wheel route. Bryant, same little setup for that, except they play action to him and roll him and hit him on the wheel for a first down.
And the Comets defensive back chased the deep man, and he did a great job reading the underneath there. We've seen some success throughout the year. That's been one of their more effective plays, that jet sweep motion to the wheel. You just got to get him the ball.
And he's got to have the time. It's a quick play, but screen out to J.J. Huff. And still on his feet. He'll be close, but I think
About a
just
yard
short.
Yep. Huff's got a couple catches there. When given the time in that screen.
He's got some good blocks by for Myrick almost every time. It's been really the inside blocker that's determined the outcome of if there's a positive play and the defense adjusting. But trips to the boundary. Burton one-on-one. Not going to roll away from him. They will find J.J. Huff. Inside the 10, it'll be 1st and goal for the Cardinals.
Well, it's interesting. They run a couple of those rollout patterns. But a lot of times, most of the times you see him, the quarterback likes to throw with his arm. Arm side. He's right-handed. He wants to roll right. They've rolled him left a couple times like that.
And you roll to whatever your quarterback's most comfortable
right.
with.
Yeah.
Just normally it's not that way.
Yeah.
For a right-handed quarterback. Billups takes it, hands it off. About 2 yards for Tristan Cornist.
Yeah, I don't mind a run there. They've been successful, and they've spread out the defense a little bit.
Second down and goal.
So a little confusion, it looks like, to getting the play in.
Plenty of time on the play clock still, though. 15 seconds. Billups. Again, it rolls against his body, but this time he's swallowed by the pressure. He rolls left right into a defender, and he tries to cut it back, and he rolls right back into another defender. That was nothing Sean Billups could do on that play with that protection.
Third and goal from the 12.
They'll bring 3rd and goal, 4:30 left to play.
Their big play in these situations has been running everyone out and get Burton underneath on the slant. They will go one-on-one, up jump ball. Myrick tried for another one.
Yeah, they got a one-on-one, but they're going to call. Is that a pass interference?
If it is, it's a really weak pass interference.
You know what? That far side referee has had a rough game.
That was, I mean, the Cardinals will take it, but that was
a simple jump ball.
I don't
and
think,
that's Myrick. Myrick's probably 20 pounds heavier, 3 inches taller.
It wasn't the best play by the effort, but I can't get the number on that cornerback on the far side.
16, I believe.
Kaiser Wilhelm. Oh my God, what a name. Kaiser Wilhelm. What a fantastic name. I mean, I feel like there's some reference I'm missing with a name like Kaiser. I mean, this game is completely lost it. Anyways, moving.
Third and goal.
It's like World War I Germany.
So they're still thinking it's 3rd down on that pass interference? Well, that's half the distance. It's not automatic.
Not an automatic 1st down. In the middle, J.J. Huff catches the touchdown pass.
Yeah, J.J. Huff, it's 4th 5 catches for him tonight. Rewarded him a little bit on a good game. Colerain scores their 2nd score, a little too late. 2:55 left to play in the ball game, down 45-12.
For the extra point for Colerain. Holding will be J.J. Huff. Kicking will be number 81, Luke McAfee.
J.J. Huff with a touchdown. Extra point is up. Extra point is good.
2 minutes and 34 seconds left in the game.
2:34 to play. Cardinals get another score. It's 45-13. Comets still lead. So Kaiser Wilhelm lost the battle for Germany in World War I. Kaiser Wilhelm gives up the pass interference, sets up an extra play for. I don't know. I was trying to think of something, couldn't. The thing is, the Kaiser Wilhelm from Germany from World War I, he was the Kaiser. His first name wasn't Kaiser.
Right.
And the thing I didn't immediately think of is not Kaiser Wilhelm, the Prussian king. The third thing I thought of was the for any movie and aficionados would be the Wilhelm scream. That's the sound that every sound effects person puts in of the guy falling in the background.
Okay. Yep. You glad you didn't make a reference to any type of bun or roll
with the Kaiser. Oh, Kaiser roll. Yeah, I have to
focus. You have to focus.
No, there's a problem in my household that Cervantes is pretty close to us. So both my wife and daughter and secretly me have a issue sometimes of donuts and loaves of bread that we have to keep under control. The clock stops 2:34. The change of possession will start immediately.
Mason hands looks like they got their hands team in.
Well, I mean, Cardinals, they did it the first half. I don't get it. They probably shouldn't do it here. It's not the end of the world if they do it here. But that's actually the perfect thing. If they're going to bring a hands team, put it to the spot where they're not. And here's the issue. I don't know if they're going to give it to them.
A little gift to the Colerain Cardinals. They pop the ball up and they just find a little hole, but I don't know if the Colerain Cardinals was inbounds.
As I say, if this was a game with replay, I think the Cardinals lose that because I think he was out of bounds before he had full possession, or at least a body part was out of bounds. So 2:20 to play, Cardinals have it. And that really isn't an onside kick. If you're going to put your hands team, we're going to kick right over top of it. The offense gets another crack at it. Clock has started to run. Myrick looking down deep. Billups going to track.
He's got space.
He's got a lot of room. He's coming back for a hold. You get Tristan Cornice on a hold, yeah.
Pushed out of bounds by Comets number 17, Ryan Davis. Flag down on the play.
And again, the clock will be running, and it's a spot foul, and that was by your running back, you think? So it's kind of deep in the backfield. That's going to be
kind of the where it was thrown. So first and long, Cardinals now have at their own at the Mason 36, 1:10 and counting. Billups, quick pass to Burton underneath.
Burton doesn't get out of bounds, but that's not a big deal because the clock's going to stop for a helmet came out. But if he steps out of bounds there, it doesn't matter because it's a running clock.
The clock will stop for an equipment issue.
So I think he did a good job, a good idea of trying to keep it in bounds, thinking
the referees are raising the roof. I'm sure that's
starting the clock.
Yes, I know.
Whoop, whoop.
It looks like raising the roof, but this isn't 2001. I don't even know if raising the roof is still a thing. Billups looks to pass, not there, under pressure, trying to go, and he will just take the sack.
Yeah, at this point, you don't want to take the sack, and it's got to be a timing route. You just got to almost you say throw it and hope, but
Cardinals will have to run one more play. Well, actually, they don't. They could let the clock go out and take the delay a game.
High School Assistant Principal Aaron Kenny Levine. Hope you have a wonderful day and a great weekend.
So this will presumably be the last play. Billups, deep throw up. Corey Myrick catches it. And did he get it across? They give it to him. Touchdown. As time expired, Corey Myrick gets his second.
I wouldn't call that a Hail Mary because you only had one person in the route, but Myrick does a good job. The defender has hands on him about the 4-yard line, but Myrick stretches out for a score that really means nothing but means everything.
Corey Myrick was one of the seniors earlier that was getting on his team that, hey, this is, no matter what the score is, we got to keep going. We got to keep fighting. And Corey Myrick shows it to everyone else there. He's fighting to the very end. That play is not going to matter in the end, but That doesn't mean Corey Myrick's not going to put the effort in.
And we saw it on that last long touchdown he had, and he's walking off here, playing both ways. He's banged up, and he's playing tough.
I don't know what the.
Wait, are they overturning?
I think the discussion is if they have to kick because it's irrelevant. They're not going to have them kick the extra point. I think.
Oh, okay. They're not taking away the touchdown. They're just saying you don't need to kick.
Yeah. So final here from Colerain High School. Cardinals fall to the Mason Comets 45-19. Next week we'll be at the Princeton Vikings with all your coverage for Colerain Cardinal football as the Cardinals try to end the undefeated season for the Vikings. So for everyone here at Colerain Game Day, thanks for listening to Colerain Cardinal football.